Hey everyone, Beth and Ed, and
Hey.
Ed's going to start us off today. What's our topic?
Well, I thought we might delve into something really kind of hyper-local that not a lot of people know about. 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, the Arlington Redevelopment Board voted 3-2 to give their rubber stamp to Article 40, which is going in front of town meeting. What that means is it's going to end exclusive single-family zoning in R0 and R1 parts of Arlington.
Is that a lot? Is that a lot of the town?
Yeah,
I think that's probably a lot, right?
that's a ton of that's a ton of the real estate in Arlington. So what that means is it's going to allow for the construction of two families. So instead of buying a nice little ranch house now, or a developer buying a nice little ranch house now and putting up a 4,000 square foot single family that sells for $2 million, we're going to have folks buying these smaller properties and developing them into 2 units. So I think what it's designed to do, and I think it's kind of good-hearted, it's designed to have more housing in Arlington and open up more housing to folks in Arlington and folks from other areas wanting to move to Arlington. In reality, what it's going to do is enable these developers, and Beth and I, we work with developers.
Right.
We work with everybody. But what it's going to enable a lot of developers to do is pick up that small, 1,200 square foot ranch on a big lot and put up a 2-family. Is it going to be a 2-family? Probably not. It'll probably be 2 townhouses in the original footprint of the single family that used to be there. And those 2 townhouses will then sell for, I don't know,
1.5?
1.5 each. So,
yeah. So I'm not sure the town is correct in trying to establish what it's trying to establish. Yes, that those townhouses will be cheaper, but not that much cheaper. I mean,
right. And if we're trying to make Arlington or create more affordable housing in Arlington, is this going to do it?
No.
I mean,
no.
It's similar to what was done with the MBTA communities.
Right.
We're seeing a lot of people pick up properties in those zones, and are they going to convert a 2-family to a 4-family or a 6-family and rent out the units? No, they're not.
No.
So we're already seeing people speculating and buying and now putting up these monstrosity type block buildings that have 4 or 6 units in them, and they're going to sell those units individually, or they're going to be high-end rentals.
Right. And if they keep it, so I believe, I don't know the exact number, but if it's like under 7 units, none of them have to be affordable.
Yeah.
In Lexington. So we've just walked back our MBTA because we were like, yeah, this sounds great. Let's let everyone put up a 10-story building. Not really, but now they were like, whoa, you know what that means for infrastructure? That means like a new firehouse, traffic in town, sort of just everything. So they've walked it back. So I feel like it was going to be 10,000 and now it's 6,000. We already have 1,000 already permitted. I mean, 1,000 new households. That's a lot. We have 12,000 households to begin with. 1,000 new ones coming in the next 2 years.
Yeah, what is that? 8% more
yeah,
housing
it's
or
crazy.
Something like that?
So,
somewhere around there?
I think everyone's trying to follow along Cambridge, because I don't know that we talked about it, but Cambridge came out with the same thing that Arlington's trying to come out with, and they basically said, hats off, you can build anything basically on a single family house, right? Up to 4 units.
Yeah, there's no more.
There's no more
single family zoning in Cambridge.
In all of Cambridge. So,
I don't think Arlington's going to that extreme yet. It may come down the road. And one thing to keep in mind is this still has to pass town meeting.
Right.
It would be a change to zoning laws. And it's not a simple majority vote for this. It has to pass 2/3 of town meeting has to vote this through. Right. So who knows what's going to happen? I know there's a lot of mixed opinions and a lot of different voices in town meeting. So we'll see how this develops as the year goes on.
It would mean the same thing. A lot of infrastructure to support all of those new houses.
And you and I agree on that. One of the things that's mentioned in a lot of talks in Arlington about not only the MBTA communities and changing zoning and things like that is it will have little or no impact to the infrastructure. There have been studies or a study done that said the impact will be minimal. I find that hard to believe. Adding another however many housing units, 1,000, 500, 2,000, whatever it might be, has some sort of impact.
Right, they each have one kid or two kids. Like that's potential another 4,000 kids in the school system. Like, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You don't have capacity for that.
Yeah, not to mention.
None of the towns do.
No, not at all. Not to mention, water and sewer, or the electrical system in Arlington, and parking. We still can't.
I know
park
you have a lot of parking
on
issues.
Arlington streets. So some of these big buildings aren't going to have parking. So if you have a car, you're kind of out of luck. Especially since we still have that parking ban. So there's good and bad things about this, and I don't know that it's going to have the impact or the desired impact that the folks putting forth this article hope it's going to have. I do know some local real estate developers and speculators are salivating at this idea, as you can imagine. So it's another one of those, there's the spirit behind it is great, but it's not going to quite work out the way they think.
Right. And it's going to drive prices up.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so instead of buying the ranch and building one house, if you're doing two at 1.5 each, right, you can pay more for that little ranch, which takes out end users trying to buy that ranch and live in it. So
yeah, exactly. It's the town obviously has changed a lot over the years. Lexington's changed, Arlington's changed. Certainly Cambridge and Somerville have changed.
Oh yeah.
But change is good, but change also, when it's not done the right way, isn't good. So I think there's some better avenues, or there needs to be more discussion on how this could better impact what we're trying to do, which is more affordable housing.
Right.
So
well, we'll see.
We'll see.
What happens.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All
right. Good one.